proceed to the highlighted route, then the route guidance will start.
Hello, 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 and welcome once again to Succession, our season 14 cast reveal. Super excited to get this cast ready to go. Some of them are watching right now to see who they're playing with, but we've got some things to get to first. But first of all, I want to introduce Dennis. Dennis, thank you for joining me on this amazing day of May.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game filled with some twists and turns, and I'm excited to see who wins.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. There's a lot of kind of twists that we're going to throw at them even tonight, and I'm really excited to kind of see how they maneuver that and how they work through that. First off, also, season 14, we're going to be bringing stories new and old together in a dynamic season, and I'm so excited to see how all of these players manage what we have to throw at them. So first and foremost, let's explain a little bit quickly about how Succession works for those of you that have either never played it or never watched it. We'll be sending out some videos of different seasons that we've been doing most recently. Dennis, just so you know, I'm going to mute you for a second just because of your GPS, so I'm just going to mute you for a second. So the game, we're going to just kind of talk a little bit about how the game works, and then move into our cast. So first and foremost, this is our 14th season. Super excited to be here for a 14th time. Our first 11 seasons were all minis, either took place over 1 or 2 days, usually over a weekend. But our most recent seasons have expanded into what we call an org, an online reality game. And these have taken place for about 3 weeks, 5 live nights, and then some sprinklings in between those live nights to keep them on their toes. The theme of this season has to do with triads. We're going to talk a little bit more about that toward the end of this reveal, but the triads is going to be a prominent theme in this season. The game is broken down by round. Each round consists of 5 phases. So the phases are the factions and the power competition, the faction chains, the hijacking competition and the hijacker, the banishment and advantages, and then finally the shuffle. So our faction and our power competition starts off each round. The factions are created at the beginning of each round. In each round, you will have a chance to play with new players. Adaptability is key in this game. Players will then compete within their faction for power, and the power player is responsible for starting the faction chain. So think of it kind of as a certain CBS game where all the players compete and one person wins power and has the power over the rest of the players. That is how this works. They will start the faction chain in their individual faction. The faction chain then goes on with the player who is chosen by the power player. That person will then choose the next person in the chain, and so on and so forth. The bottom player becomes the most vulnerable to go home at the end of the chain or at the end of the round. But don't count yourself out because there's so many other parts to each round. For example, there's the hijacking competition and the hijacker. Players will then compete in that hijacking competition. The team, the faction with the highest average score will win safety for their faction. The other factions will attend banishment. If there are 2 factions in the game, they will combine into one faction. Both of their bottom players will then become the vulnerable players for banishment. If there's only one faction that loses, the bottom 2 players will become vulnerable. The player with the highest and fastest score in the winning faction will also become the hijacker. So that is a coveted thing that they have a lot of power with. And they can wield that power in the next part of the round. The hijacker has a choice. They can either reset the chain, causing all players to create a new chain, or they can keep the chains as they are. So if there are two factions that are going to banishment, they will start one new chain. If there's only one faction, obviously the chain resets. The hijacker gets to choose who starts the chain. So they can choose any player on any of the losing factions to start the next chain. They won't know who the power players are, so they could potentially just choose one of the power players, but whoever they choose will start a new chain. The power players are exempt from the chain. So if they are not chosen by the hijacker, those players, the power players, will not have to be part of that chain. So they won't choose anybody, and they certainly won't be up for banishment. If they keep the chains as they are, the bottom players from each faction will be up for banishment. If there's only one faction, the bottom two players will be up for banishment. Banishment and advantages. Once the hijacker has completed their task, the vulnerable factions will then attend banishment. At banishment, players will vote out one of the players up for banishment. Banishment is also where advantages will be resolved. There will be advantages played out throughout the round. Most advantages must be played before banishment. There's also key points where some advantages are played even earlier than that. But banishment is really where it all kind of shakes out. So once those advantages have shaken out, then we will announce who is banished. And then once that player is banished, we then have a shuffle. Once a player has been banished, remaining players then are shuffled into new factions. The players don't know how those shuffles happen. Only we know on our end. But you will have new players on your new faction. A new round then commences with those new factions, and this is also when new advantages are potentially sent to players based on actions in the game. Anything to add about the game itself, Dennis?
No, just during the hijacking, we will definitely check in with the hijacker. Same with advantages. So we will, if you have an advantage, we will come to you and ask you if you want to play it when you should be playing it. But it is also still your responsibility to ask questions when you're given it, to understand when and how you should be playing it.
Yeah, no, that's great advice, Dennis. And I think sometimes it gets to a point where like you're so invested in the game and what's going on in the game that you forget about your advantage. But we're also kind of invested in our part of the game too, right? Production side. And so it's not always going to be feasible for us to remind you every couple of minutes about your advantage. So there are key times where we will check in with you during the round. But it is ultimately your responsibility to play the advantage the way you need to play it. So do ask those questions. If you're confused about an advantage, by all means ask. We also send you the advantages that potentially could end up in the game before the game. So you'll get them in the next day or two. So you'll see them. So you should be able to ask questions even before you even know if you get an advantage. So if there's an advantage that is confusing to you, by all means ask in your confessionals. All right, communication. So players will be given a warning if they do not complete a challenge or have remained. Oh, wait. There's a missing thing here. Uh-oh. Oh, well, that's all right. Communication. So players will be given a warning if they do not complete the challenge or have remained uncommunicative after attempts to be reached by production. If players remain uncommunicative, that player may be medevac from the round. That round will play out as needed for production purposes, and that player will be banished at the end of the round. So, for example, if there's a player that just kind of disappears, but we're kind of in the middle of a round or the start of a round, the round will play out as is. But that uncommunicative player will potentially be banished at the end of the round, regardless of what may happen or transpire during the other parts of the round. So we will still run banishment. We will still run all those parts because there are advantages that are being played and there are things that are happening that need to be resolved. And so unfortunately, we do play out the round in this game. It's not just that, oh, somebody's out of the game and we're just moving on to the next round. So we do play the round out, but be aware that if you notice that a player is super uncommunicative or has disappeared, we have also noticed that. So just be aware of that, and that may happen at some point in the game if a player has kind of disappeared. It also could happen if a player kind of has to leave in the middle of a round. We're not going to just like end the round. We do play out the round. So if either of those things happen, it will be a finalized round. Banishment will still happen. That player just won't go home. So even if they get the most votes, we won't reveal who got the most votes. We'll just say banishment was this medevac player. There is a slide missing. Unfortunately, I don't know where it went. You will be created. There'll be one-on-one chats created. I'm sorry, excuse me. There'll be team chats, faction chats created for you guys, so that you can talk as groups. Your one-on-one chats you can create on your own. You can only create a one-on-one chat if you are in a faction or team with those people. So you can't have one-on-one chats with people from a different faction at any point in the game. During live portions of the game, all communication will happen on video through Discord. So all chats will then cease to be available to you. You cannot use them. You cannot talk through them. We don't need to be in your one-on-one chats, but please, please, please don't give us a reason to have to, be added to one. Please be cordial to each other. Please be, it is just a game. So don't create any sort of issues where we may have to be part of those one-on-ones. We have enough going on in our Facebook Messenger right now that we don't necessarily need to be in all of them. But if I need to put a production member in a one-on-one chat, I will. Go ahead.
This is our third iteration of the game. As Mike said, please, please, please do not make us be in the chats. We all have plenty to do in our lives, and we've seen games where production's in all the chats and it gets very chaotic. Please, please, please do not make us have to have a reason to be in them.
Yeah, I mean, we're trusting you guys as players, as adults, to be able to handle yourselves accordingly. It is, again, just a game. Obviously, like social manipulation, psychological warfare, all those things are obviously valid in a game like this. Just don't get personal, don't get rude. Just make sure that you remember that it is just a game. That being said, we don't have to be in your one-on-ones again. We will be in your group chats, so your team chats, your faction chats, all that sort of thing. So we'll be in those. We also have your confessionals. So if anything is coming up or anything needs to be explained, please reach out to us in your confessionals. All right. Oh, there it is. I don't know where it went. Players may communicate through Facebook Messenger or Discord in one-on-one chats or group chats. You don't need to add us. I knew there was a slide here for it. During the live times, again, only communication in the Discord video rooms. So there can be no text chatting between players during the live portion of the game. So that's 8 to 10 every Friday and Tuesday. I do want to let you guys know, based on the calendar, we did give you off Friday. I think it's the 22nd. We are not doing a live during the 22nd. That is the Friday before Memorial Weekend here in the US. So we did want to make sure that kind of was free for people to not have to like stress about this game. And, if you have plans or whatever, you can go and do them. So we will resume the following Tuesday on the 26th. That being said, chats are still open. Like, you guys can still communicate with each other through that weekend. There will be a challenge that you'll have to do over that week, but you'll have the whole week to do it at that point. So don't forget about it. I will reach out to you if I need to. But the 22nd is not a live night. All right, we're here, Dennis. Are you ready to see the cat? Well, you know who the cast is, but are you ready to see their videos?
I'm still very ready to see it because this is my first time seeing the video, so I'm ready.
There you go. All right. So that being said, we have our season 14 cast. Let's get started with Brandon B.
Hello, my fellow successionistas. This is Brandon from Atlanta, Georgia. This will be my second season playing Succession. I had a great time the first time around, made a lot of good friends. I'm a great ally in this game. I play hard. I like to strategize with my partners, my allies, and I play really hard. I try to help my group get control. So let's buddy up. Let's do this. All right.
All right. Next, we've got, of course, a second Brandon. This time it's Brandon H.
Hi, my name is Brandon Hertzendorf. I'm 24 years old, currently living in Washington, D.C., but from Florida. I am a current researcher, future doctor, psychologist, if you will, and I'm so excited to be playing. I hope you're excited as me. This should be a blast, and can't wait to see what tricks and fun I can pull. But yeah, root for me, and I'm excited to see who is going to be playing.
All right. Our next player is Brock.
What's up? My name is Brock. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Alabama. A little bit about me. I work in higher education, and I've got 2 dogs. I've got a 75-pound mutt and a Great Dane. If you heard the panting just then that was the Great Dane. They keep my life pretty messy and chaotic, but they're great. I'd make a good ally because I'm a pretty straight shooter. If I tell you I'm going to do something, then that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm excited to play the game. I'm excited to meet everybody and have some fun.
All right. Our next player is Dan.
Hi everyone, I'm Dan Devine. I live in St. Paul, Minnesota. I think I would be a great ally because I tend to be very loyal, sometimes to a fault, but I'm not afraid to take chances, play a risky game, play from the bottom if needed. So I think that those that I'm loyal to, I ride hard for. So that's why I think I'd be a great ally.
All right. And next we've got Gabby.
Hey, what's up? It's Gabby, born and raised in New York City. City so nice, I named it twice. I'm excited to play Succession because y'all know I love this org. And I cannot wait to meet all the wonderful people here. As well as do some ass kicking, and y'all know I'm always here to win. Bye.
All right. And next we've got Joe.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Joe Sarandino. I'm 39 years old. I am originally from Philadelphia, but now live in Nashville, Tennessee. And I am super excited to play this season of Succession. I think I'd be a great ally for a few reasons. One is that I bring my all to the game, especially with the challenges. If there's a challenge where we need safety for my team, I'm going to go all in for that. 2, usually the people that I form connections with in the beginning of the game are who I rock with till the end. And 3, I'm here to have fun, meet some great people, and can't wait to see how this game turns out.
All right. And we've got Justin.
Hello, I'm Justin. I'm 44 from Philly. I live here with my dog. I just got my nursing license, so yes, hooray for me. That's about it. As far as the game goes, I have played before, and I think I'm probably going to use pretty much the same strategy, which is loyalty. If you help me out, I'm absolutely going to return the favor, and vice versa. I'm going to make sure I look out for the people who I believe are looking out for me. Also, I'm a great time. I am a barrel of laughs. I light up the room. I'm a pleasure to have in class. I'm all the things. So if you want to play with someone who is, wants to have a good time, but also plays hard and is loyal to maybe to a fault, please consider me. All right. Bye.
And next we've got Christelle.
Hi, I'm Christelle, and I'm back. I am back because I'm a glutton for punishment. No, honestly, I'm back because I love Michael and his team, and Succession is an amazing game, and they've done such a great job with it, and I would love to win it. And in order to win it, I need to do a better job of picking allies than I have in the past. But Triads is scary. I don't know who my Triad is, so hopefully my Triad are ride or dies. I'm a ride or die, so a Triad of ride or dies would be great. And I would love to get my Triad to the end and win this game. That's it. Wish me luck, and I'll see you guys in the game. Bye.
Next, we've got Lana.
Hey y'all, my name is Lana Dover and I live in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I make a good ally because if you've ever seen me play, you know that I'm loyal, sometimes a little bit to a fault. Like when we get in trouble, I am down there in the ditches, in the trenches with my allies, like trying to fight tooth and nail to get to that next step. Another thing that I think makes me a really great ally is that I like to view these orgs as like an opportunity for partnership. So I like to sit down with my allies and like run through various scenarios, trying to see like what could happen if this takes place, or trying to anticipate the next stage of the game so that we can set ourselves up for better success in the future. So number one ally right here, ready for a great partnership in this triad. Bye.
Next, we've got Ryan.
Hello, Succession people. My name is Ryan Gold, coming from Utah. I work doing things, but I'm excited to play some Succession. I'm excited to build my strategy and work. And I've been like working on ways I can play this game and like how I can be successful. I have played a couple of the minis, one or two, I think. And then as far as long games, this will be my third long game. I played Survivor, got like 8th or 7th place, and then I played Big Brother, and I did win that one. And this will be my third one, so I'm excited to play and see how I do in this world of Succession. I'm really excited to see you all. So see you later, and wish me luck.
All right, next we've got Samantha.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samantha, and I am from San Antonio, Texas. I am a new mama and a full-time RBT, working with autistic kiddos. I am super excited to play Succession this season because I was on last season and had to drop out due to personal reasons. I would say I would make a good ally in Succession because I stay calm under pressure, think strategically, and I don't act with emotion when situations get tense. I'm super loyal to the people that I work with, but I also pay attention to what's actually best for the long term, so I will cut off people if I have to. I can adapt quickly, read situations well, and work with different personalities without creating unnecessary conflict. In a game where trust is rare, being reliable and level-headed makes me someone that people should and want on their side. Thank you, guys, and I cannot wait to play.
And next we've got Sandra.
Hi, I'm Sandra Passanisi. I am from Taunton, Massachusetts, which is just south of Boston, and I'm here to play Succession. I'm super excited. I have played Mike's games before. Super fun. I know how his crazy mind works. So I would be a great ally to work with. I have been a proven loyal player. If I tell you I'm working with you, I have your back to the end. So let's make it to the end.
And next we've got Sean.
Hey, Succession. My name is Sean. I'm 28 years old, and I hail from the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I am a great ally because I try to find consistency through transparency and consensus across multiple rounds. I like to work with my group. I like to work with others. In my day job, this is what I do: building rapport, building consensus, making decisions. So I'm always happy to apply that in this case, in this scenario. I'm pretty new to orgs, pretty new to Succession, so I think I'm still learning things, but I'm really excited to see what this journey has in store for us.
All right, next we've got Tanner.
My name is Tanner Gonzel. I'm 27. I go by he/him pronouns. I'm a Sagittarius. And I've played orgs for like 3 years. Maybe in 4 years.
And finally, we've got Tyler.
What is up, guys? It's Tyler. I'm 33. I'm from Oregon. Yeah, when I'm not working, I do enjoy being outside. Wish it was nicer out. But, yeah, this is what you get. I'm just a super social butterfly. Love Fireball. Feel free to ask me any questions you like. Yeah, so I look forward to playing this season and can't wait to meet y'all.
Oops, and that's supposed to not be there, but that's okay. Dennis, you've disappeared. Oh, there you are. Okay, so without saying anything much about anybody particularly, what is your overall feeling about the cast? You are muted. You're also frozen. Okay. I think it's a dynamic cast. I think it's gonna be super fun. Lots of talk about loyalty and lots of talk about moving through the game. Oh, I see you now. Okay, gotcha. There you are. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, perfect. No, that's okay. So without saying anything particular about anybody specific, what is your overall thought about the cast?
There's definitely some heavy hitters in this cast. I don't think any person in this cast cannot win this game. I think they're all very social. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who matches with who and if their loyalty is true, depending on who they get matched with, because you never know.
All right, let's talk about the twist. So the twist this season is that players will be placed in triads to start the game. These triads do have a special condition. If all 3 members of their triad survive to the final 7, which is what we consider our unifying final faction, right? So it's the no more multiple factions. It's one group of people at the end. If all 3 members survive to that point, they will earn safety for one of their members. It will be randomly chosen at final 7. The power will be received randomly, and that information will not be shared until banishment. So that being said, if somebody earns safety because of this little twist and has it at the final 7 and somehow ends up at the bottom of the chain, they ain't going home. So it'll be the next person up in the chain that will actually be up for banishment. So this is a huge advantage in the end, because if all 3 of your triad is in the end at final 7 and you can protect one of them for sure, that potentially gets you guys to the final 6 with 3 players if you can figure out how to do that. So I think this is a really interesting advantage. I think it's an interesting twist. I think it gives them opportunities to work with people secretly. So none of these triads are going to be revealed. So that being said, the triads are these 5 triads. It's a ruby triad, a topaz triad, an oh my God, why can't I not say that word? Emerald triad, sapphire triad, and amethyst triad. They will be in their triads for this first part of the game. They will only be able to communicate with 2 other players, the 2 people in their triad. Get to know your triad, bond with them. The next couple of days, those are the only people you will be able to talk to. So get to know them. They're going to be your people in this game. So good luck with that. There's also another twist that I will reveal to the players over the weekend that will have to do with the Triads as well. But they will know privately, and we'll talk to you guys more about it in the first episode. But that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. I don't have factions yet. I mean, I know what they're going to be, but you don't know what they're going to be. All you know is that you're going to be in a triad momentarily on Facebook Messenger with 2 other players. And those are the only 2 players that you can communicate with. Dennis, without going into any sort of strategy talk, what's your thought on this twist?
It's a great twist if you can get the 7 with 3 of you. So whether you disclose who your triad partner is or you don't, it's up to you. But you get the 7, and you can protect that person anonymously and build webs. You can easily get your final 3 to the end of this game. Very easily, like Sandra said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's so many like angles of strategy that you can take with this, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see what these 15 players bring to the table when it comes to this triad twist. The other thing I will also say is that the triads are not how do I put this without giving anything too much away? The triads are not going. You're not going to see your triads much after after this first few days. So because of these shuffles and everything that's going to happen in the game. So really take this opportunity. I mean, like I am kind of giving you guys a little bit more information than I should, but take this opportunity to really bond with these 2 people and see if these are going to be your people in this game. Because if they're not, you got to make it work. So it is the luck of the draw of who you've got in your triad, but it is what it is. But all right, anything more about the game, Dennis, or thoughts on kind of what? Oh, I have one more thing to reveal. I completely forgot, Dennis, and you're the face that reminded me what the final slide is. This is not the final slide. It's their first challenge.
I know what it is. I was waiting for you to reveal it.
You know what it is. I know what it is. They're waiting on pins and needles to find out what it is. The challenge, and I'm already hearing the virtual moans and groans of some of these players, because the first challenge is a lobster pyramid. Players must build a stack of 10 cups, 4 on the bottom, 3, then 2, then 1 on the top. After they complete the pyramid, they will place 7 guards, balls, on the walls of the pyramid, 1 on top, and then 2 on each of the next top levels. The person to complete the pyramid in the fastest time with the 7 guards in place will win. They don't know who they're competing against because they have no idea who their factions are. But that is how the first challenge is going to go. Oh, wait, I forgot there's a twist of the challenge, isn't there, Dennis?
There sure is. Why is it called lobster?
So your other 2 cups, because I asked you guys to have 12, are going to be on your hands. So they have to remain on your hands as you're building the pyramid and as you're putting the balls on the edges of your cups. So it's going to be an interesting battle. Some of these players have done this before. Some of these players, this is your first introduction to my game. And some people did bring it up in their videos that I do have some crazy thoughts and crazy ideas when it comes to these games. So good luck. You've got the weekend to practice. You've got time to perfect your strategy on this challenge. You also have 2 players that you can talk to about the challenge. Do you help your triad out? I don't know. So you've got people you can talk to about the challenge, work with, kind of see how you guys are doing the challenge. The way you're going to do the challenge is you're going to let us know that you're ready to do the challenge. And Dennis, myself, or one of our amazing production members will pop into your Discord channel, which you will also be getting momentarily. You'll be getting your bedrooms pretty soon. And in your Discord channel, you will then compete in the challenge. We will time you live, so we will be there with you. So plan ahead and let us know when you want to do the challenge, and we'll be there to time you. So that's it. I think I'm done, Dennis. Any more final thoughts?
No, my dog Luna, myself, and Titan wish you all good luck in this game. It's going to have a lot of twists. It's going to have a lot of turns. Buckle up because it's going to be interesting.
I am so excited.
It freeze.
Okay, am I back? Can you hear me? Oh, you're down there. How'd you get down there?
Yes, I thought I
there we go.
crashed, so I went ahead and
All right.
logged out.
No, it was definitely on my end. My computer's angry
I
at
can't
me
hear
for
you
40
then.
minutes of StreamYard. Oh no. Hold on.
Can you hear me though?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
You should be able to hear me, and they can hear me.
Well, maybe they can hear you as well.
That's what I just said. They can hear us both, hopefully. That being said, I'm gonna say good night. Good luck to all of you. Well done. Dennis, you have anything to say?
In case none of you can hear Mikey saying, stay tuned. Good luck.
Yes, exactly. Have a great night,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.